Just going to the shops. Can I buy anything for you?
Oh, that's very good of you, Aunt Flo.
Yes, where are you going to?
I'm going to the baker's and the greengrocer's. It's a pity there isn't a hat shop in Puddle Lane. I'd like a new hat. This one's looking very shabby.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Oh, never mind.
I'd like a loaf from the baker's, please, Aunt Flo.
Oh, certainly. Oh, I see you've got some sugar mice. I love sugar mice. May I have one?
No, you can't eat one of those.
I haven't dreamed of eating one unless you offered it to me. You're obviously not going to do that.
But, Aunt Flo, you don't understand.
No, I understand perfectly. If you don't want to share your sugar mice, it's all right with me. I'm going to the baker's. I shall bring you a loaf back. I said I would.
But, Aunt Flo!
Tut. You should have given her a sugar mouse.
But they're not ordinary sugar mice. They're magic sugar mice.
Oh, what do they do?
Look, it says here on the label, magic mice for growing ears.
Oh, you mean if she ate one, her ears would have grown?
She'd have looked as funny as Tessa looked when she ate one of the sugar mice.
Tessa?
Yes, Tessa, the little cat. Tim Catchermouse's sister. Come over to the puddle and let's hear all about it.
Tessa Catchermouse is a little cat with very big ears. She lives in the magician's garden. There's a big hole under the steps, and Tessa lives in there with her mother, Pegs, and her brother, Tim. One day, when Tessa woke up, Pegs wasn't there. She'd gone out to look for food. Tim was still fast asleep. So Tessa went out into the garden to play. There's an old tree in the garden. It grows close to the house. Tessa ran across to the tree and began to climb it. She climbed right up to the top of the tree. She jumped down onto the roof of the house. She looked up and saw the skylight. That's the window in the roof. The skylight was open, and Tessa looked down into the room below. The magician was sitting there in his chair, fast asleep. When Tessa saw his white hair and his white beard, she guessed at once who it was. "It's the magician," she said. He'd propped a long wooden pole up against the skylight. Tessa could see all kinds of interesting things in the room below her, and the magician was still asleep, so she decided to go in. She began to climb down the pole. There were some jars on a shelf, and one of them was full of mice, made of sugar. Tessa was feeling very hungry. There was a label on the jar. The label said, "Magic mice for growing ears." But Tessa couldn't read, so she couldn't read the label. She looked at the sugar mice, and her mouth began to water. She gave the jar a push. It fell over. The lid fell off, and a sugar mouse fell out. Tessa ate the mouse. It tasted very good. She was just going to eat another mouse when she felt a very funny feeling in her ears. She put up a paw to feel them. Her ears were growing longer. "Meow!" cried Tessa. She was very frightened. Her ears were growing longer and longer.
Meow.
Cried Tessa.
Meow. Meow.
She climbed down onto the floor. Then she ran across to the magician's chair. Her ears were so big that she couldn't jump onto his knee, so she climbed up his leg, just as if she were climbing a tree. And then the magician saw Tessa. "Take your claws out of my leg!"
Look at my ears,
cried Tessa.
Look at my ears. They won't stop growing.
When the magician looked at Tessa's ears, he knew what had happened. "You silly little cat," he said. "You've been eating my magic sugar mice. That was a silly thing to do. They make your ears grow. Didn't you see the label on the jar? It says, 'Magic mice for growing ears.'"
Please stop my ears growing,
cried Tessa. But the magician was sorry for her, so he called out the right spell. "Mice, mice, go back in the jar. Ears, ears, grow short as you were." And he snapped his fingers. At once, the jar stood upright, and all the sugar mice flew back into it. That was magic. Tessa's ears began to grow shorter. They grew shorter and shorter and shorter until they were just right.
Oh, thank you,
cried Tessa, and she began to purr. "But what about my poor leg?" said the magician.
I'm sorry about your leg,
said Tessa. And she climbed up the pole to the roof again and went home.
Poor Tessa. She must have been worried when her ears began to grow. Whew. Is that in the new storybook?
I hope so. Let's look.
Oh, yes.
Pencils and paper, pen and ink, the words shall appear before you can blink. Ah, yes, so we've got Tessa climbing the tree.
There she is.
Yes. Tessa looked down. Then she looked through the window. Can you see her now?
Yes, but I can't see the word Tessa.
Oh, no, it's missing. I'd better write it in. Tessa.
And then she climbed down, didn't she?
Yes, and then she knocked over the jar of sugar mice and ate one.
And her ears started to grow and grow.
Yes, and there's the picture. Tessa's ears were growing. I think that's a warning not to touch things in a magician's room.
Then you made her ears go back to their right size?
Well, yes, so that she could go home. Now, what do you think the story is called?
Well, it was about Tessa and you. So, Tessa and the magician.
Good. I do hope Auntie Flo didn't think I was being mean about the sugar mice. I mean, she's always so kind to us, bringing us things she's baked, getting us things from the shops.
Telling us that we're untidy?
Well, we are untidy sometimes, aren't we?
Yes, you are.
I've got it. We'll give Aunt Flo a present. I love giving presents.
So do I.
There's nothing as pleasant as as giving a present. A present is pleasant to give and to get. Can't measure the pleasure you'll treasure at leisure, so please don't forget. There's nothing as pleasant as giving a present. A present is pleasant to give to your friends. Can't measure the pleasure you'll treasure at leisure. And then the song ends.
Well, what are we going to get her then?
Let's give her something she'll really like.
Oh, yeah.
Something she said she needed.
A new hat?
Yes.
Ah, but where are we going to get one from? She said there weren't any hat shops in Puddle Lane.
Then we'll make a hat.
Oh.
A magic hat.
Oh, yes. Have we got a spell for that?
It says in the spell book, we need something that begins with H for hat.
Why not use a little honey?
Oh, Cauldron, you're always thinking of food.
But I just thought, if you use honey in the spell, the hat might look rather sweet. Oh, I made a joke.
All right, Cauldron. Here's some honey for the hat spell.
Could you take the lid off the jar, please? Otherwise, I can't get at the honey.
All right, here you are. Now, we need a colour. Now, the hat is going to be a present, so we need a colour that begins with the same sound as present. P.
Huh.
Ooh.
Purple?
Purple. A purple pencil. Ha ha! Here we are. Now, all we need is the tune. What's the tune, Cauldron?
I think you'll find it goes like this. Pom, 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 pom.
Thank you, Cauldron, of course. Pom, 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 pom. Right, all together then.
Pom, 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 pom.
Good. Now, the magic clap. Now, the magic rhyme.
Oh,
I'm back.
quick! It's Auntie Flo! Do the magic rhyme, go on!
Muddle, puddle, puddle, muddle. Click of the fingers just like that. Muddle, puddle, puddle, muddle, and make Sandy Flo a magic hat.
What are you doing?
Oh, we're just making a magic spell.
Oh, what sort of spell?
A spell to make a present for you.
Oh,
And here it is.
for me? Oh, how kind.
It's our way of saying thank you, Aunt Flo, for all the things you do for us. And, of course, sorry about the sugar mice.
Yes, the sugar mice.
Well, you see, I couldn't let you eat one, Aunt Flo, because they're magic sugar
Yes.
mice.
If you eat one, your ears grow and grow.
Oh, it's a good job I didn't eat one then. I quite like my ears this size.
Of course.
Oh, this is a lovely hat.
It's a magic hat, too.
Is it now? What does it do?
It,
I'm not really sure.
Well, we'll soon find out.
oh. Oh no! Come and look at this quick! Oh, how are we going to get her down again?
Oh, if we know what it does. Well, I never.
Hey, do it again.
It's a floating. Very good.